Let's talk about the latest season of Black Mirror. 33 episodes in, and after two very bad seasons with season 5 and 6, I'm glad that I can say that season 7 is a major improvement. It's a 6-episode season and back to the core of look at the scary tech thing, which made it so intriguing to begin with. Stick around to the end and I'll tell you my full ranking of all 6 Black Mirror seasons. But let's kick it off with episode 1 of season 6, called Common People, and this one is a huge downer. Not that Black Mirror is ever doing a sort of happy ending, but this one is like calculated dread. It's about a couple in which the wife basically dies but can be kept alive with a subscription-based new tech healthcare thing. It comes with caveats and frequent price increases that force the husband to sell himself out on live streams, which, with it being eerily close to just regular US healthcare, this is by far the closest to reality we get this season, maybe in Black Mirror as a whole. But the episode is basically just ticking off boxes to escalate this premise further and further, and the worst Black Mirror episodes do feel like that. It feels calculated and inauthentic, forcing characters to the furthest point of escalation just because it's Black Mirror. There's also something jarring about the comedic undertone this episode has that feels in distasteful contrast to the devastating core narrative, which is intentional, but it's still a bit fucked. It's not the worst episode of the season though, and I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. No, the worst is Bête Noire, in my opinion, and it comes from the director that did some Andor episodes, and Andor is great. This episode is basically gaslighting with a twist. It's familiar in the plot of someone confronting their bullies from school, but the twist itself was really boring to me. That the most compelling part of this episode is that they add 2 different versions of it. There's a debate about the name of a fast food place, and that's causing confusion when you discuss it with friends that might have seen different versions of this. So it kind of extends the idea beyond the episode, and that's pretty clever. The rest of it all feels very dragged out though, and I didn't like the finale either, even if it ends in a very Black Mirror way. It's just a bit too grand for me. I gave this one a 5 out of 10. And then Hotel Reverie, the 3rd episode, is about virtual filmmaking, where an actor can be injected into an old movie and act out the film for a remake. Its weakest aspect is just the incredibly flimsy premise that just doesn't make the slightest bit of sense, even in the established universe of Black Mirror. Especially the filmmaking part of what they actually shoot and get from this performance could never be used for any sort of film. It's just kind of baffling. I did like some of the romance parts where I could almost turn my brain off and just watch Emma Corrin and Issa Rae fall in love with each other, and then we cut back outside and it's Aquafina, so yeah, I know that was a bit of a buzzkill. I don't have that much to say about this one. Go watch some actual black and white movies. It Happened One Night, Bringing Up Baby, You Can't Take It With You. There's a ton of great ones, and yeah, we don't need these remakes, which is, you know, the part that it's commenting on. It's just not very good. It's a 6 out of 10 to me. Then Plaything is for all the gamers out there. This episode is about a game from the 90s that has characters that are sentient and want to take over the world. Peter Capaldi is basically their host to help them on their mission, and Netflix actually made the game for this, where you can take care of these fronglets. Look, he's a fronglet. Will Poulter reprises his role from the Choose Your Own Adventure standalone Black Mirror movie Bandersnatch as the creator of this fronglets game, as he's about to lose it. I'd say out of the ones that I've discussed so far, this is the best one because it really doesn't overextend its premise. It might even underdo it a bit. I gave this one also a 6 out of 10. Now we finally get to the final 2 episodes, which are actually good, if not great. Paul Giamatti in Eulogy has just confirmed again that he definitely did deserve that Oscar win, and I'd give him an Emmy for this one as well. The premise for this one is probably the best part about it because it's so simple. It's about a guy who can go into photographs and round them out with his own memory as part of like a eulogy service to round out someone's life. But there's a bit of bad blood, bad breakup, a lot of hurt feelings, and we are processing all of this along with him as we relive their relationship, one photograph at a time. It's just a really great and simple premise, and I want to see more of this. I don't actually want to say much more about it because if you have never seen any Black Mirror episode, I'd say go watch this one because it definitely would be an enrichment of your life. It's just a really good episode. Not that much dread. It's sad, but it's life. So I quite like Patsy Farron in this as well. I'm not ashamed to say I was bawling my eyes out by the end. It was super moving. 9 out of 10 would recommend. Yeah, it's up there. Debatable if it's my favorite Black Mirror episode ever. And then finally, the first sequel episode of the show, USS Callister Into Infinity, builds well on its first episode, I'd say, which basically are just two shorter-ish movies. I mean, I adore Kristen Milotti and the whole cast in this. Jimmy Simpson plays the biggest sleazebag character as well. And tell me one time Jesse Plemons wasn't incredible in any role he's ever played. In contrast to a sci-fi movie, there was no need to build to an explosive finale, but in typical Black Mirror fashion, it does need to be at least a little fucked up by the end. And in my opinion, stories that build to resolutions that can't solve everything and save everyone are super intriguing to me. But if you like the first episode, you'll like this one too. I gave it an 8 out of 10. And overall, I'd say it's one of the better seasons. So I think my overall rating would start from best to worst with season 4, then season 3. It's really a toss-up between season 1 and season 7. Then we got season 2, season 5, and season 6. But let me know what your favorite episode is and your favorite seasons. You can leave them in the comments on your Black Mirror there.